Okay, in this lab demo, let's see how you can, in the VMware workstation, how you can create one Windows virtual machine. So for that, go to the menu bar, VM, the file and new virtual machines, and select the custom. And yeah, the default option should be fine. And select the option, I will install the operating system later. And here select an Microsoft Windows 2022. Go to the next and give some name. And the location where I can save the files. So I have already created one folder in C drive, VMware Workstation VMs, and there is one folder called 2022 client. Let's see if that is free or not. So if I go to the C drive and yeah, I have some files. Let me clear that. So these are the files for the old virtual machine which I deleted now. So I'll select that location. Next, and select the BIOS. Next, and two cores should be fine. And I'll give the 4 GB RAM, and I'll use the bridge networking. So next, and this also should be fine, and select the SATA drive. Next, and so create a new virtual disk, should be okay, and store the virtual disk in a single file, and 60 GB for OS disk. That should be fine, right? Okay, go for next and finish. So now, yeah, virtual machine is created. Now I need to mount the ISO image, right? Have that CD DVD. Go for select the ISO image, and so I have on the desktop one folder which is software, and select the 2022 here. Click open. Again save. So, okay. Now power on the virtual machine. So you should see the boot. The OS operating system should boot up now. Let's see. So let me pause the video and then we'll come back again. So I'll show this window. So this is for selecting the language, install now. So setup is starting. So to shorten the video, I will be passing and then I'll resume. Okay, so we have a desktop experience here. It's because I want to have an GUI version, right? You can either data center or standard. Either one should be fine. So go for the next. So since it is for the lab purpose, okay. So standard or data center, anything should be okay. So accept that EULA, and here you're doing not doing the upgrade, we are doing the installing, right? So space allocation 60 GB should be okay. Complete disk formatting. So now installation started. Okay, it will take some time. Let me pause and come back. Okay, so yeah, it's asking for an admin password, and you have to remember the password. Okay, so to click on finish, yeah, you can see that. So your desktop is ready. So let's do the send control delete. Okay, you see at the bottom, install Windows Server 2022. If you are done, when you are done, the operating system, click a finish. Yeah, I have to click a finish installation. So this option we recommend allowing this on your home and work networks, but not public ones. So you can say yes for it, and so you can close that. And if I come over here, I want to rename this virtual machine. Okay, So I'll rename it as Windows client. Okay, and so there are some prerequisites for setting up the Commvault lab. So, I don't want it to get any issues with the, like networking because we are new learners, right? So what we can do is that we can disable the firewall because we are more interested in learning the tool rather than, implementing the firewalls and opening the ports and all that stuff. So go for, you know, so disabling or making it off. So all the firewalls, like you have an private network, and this go for an off and pop and yeah, this is already off. And you have an public network, make it off. Okay, and see that I have turned off all the firewalls. And one more step, you have to find out the IP. And so currently this IP is assigned through DHCP, right? But I wanted to configure a static IP, right? Let's see that. Okay, so for that, you have to go to start, right click, and you have something called network connection. And over here, so you have an option, network and sharing center. Yeah, so there you can see Ethernet, right? So you see the current details, right? It will provide you the IPv4 address. So you see that this is the DHCP server address, right? And the IP address of this machine is 113. So this IP is configured from the DHCP server. So just remember the gateway 192.168.0.1 and also the DNS server IP. So or else we can keep it aside and we go to the properties section. Okay, don't allow close there. Go to the properties section, select IPv4, configure. So click on the IPv4 and then you have something called obtain an IP address automatically. This is the configuration default. You have to make it static. Further, select the second option and so try to find out the IP address, so if I go here, so I don't want to use the same 113 as an static IP. Instead, I wanted to use some fancy IP address like 210. Let me see if this is used by any other machine. I don't see it's not used by any other machine. Just do the control C and it's not pinging, so I believe it's not used by any other machine. So I'll try to configure that. So subnet mask, yeah, it picked automatically. And that's the gateway. So you can see the gateway right in the IP config command. So I need to use the same gateway, but I'm changing the IP address, right? And the DNS IP is also same. So okay, so say okay that you don't have to give the alternate DNS if you don't have. Say okay, and say okay. Now see the details. Okay, now it got 210, right? IP address. So you can close this and if I see here change adapter options. Now we have an ETH0, right? Right click. How to just wanted to recycle the services and see if the same IP it is getting or not. So disable it and then enable it again. Now again, if I go to that option, details, so it got the same IP address. Okay. Want to check further, you can also take a reboot and see that if the IP address is same or not. If you are getting the same IP address, right? So that is the purpose, right? The static IP means even after reboot, the IP address should persist. So I need to run the IP config to find the new IP. Okay, so we got the new IP here. So that's a good thing. And you see your console here and find out the IP address here, 10.168.0.200. Try to ping it and see. Okay, you can see we're getting a reply here. So the next option is only one step is left. So you can see that, so it's asking to enable the VMware tools, right? So I want to do that. So click on install tools, and then it is saying that go to that, make sure that you log in as a guest operating system. And if you do not see the VMware tools installing, click on start run in your virtual machine, and then enter into the D drive and setup.txt. That's a executable file it is asking to run. So click on the file explorer. Here you can see the D drive, and there is a setup.exe, right? Setup 64 bit to run as administrator. You can see that it is going to install your VMware tools on the inside this virtual machine. Click on next, go for the complete, next, install. That's it. You can see that it has been finished. But it is asking for a reboot. Let's take a reboot and then come back. So let me pass a video in the meantime so that the system will boot up. Okay, it is quick. It came within few seconds. So I have to send the control alt delete from the VM control alt delete. So that will give the login prompt. So now I can connect to the Windows virtual machine. Okay. So first see the IP address here. IP config. Yeah, it has the same IP address. So this completes the installation of an Windows client. Sorry, the Windows 2022 server, and that can be used as a Windows client in the COM world environment.